Climate change is now affecting every single continent. With rising sea levels, weather patterns changing, weather events becoming more extreme, and greenhouse gas levels being the highest they've been in history, so many communities and economies are being affected by this issue, and the poorest are being affected the most. Climate change is a global challenge that needs international help to find a solution. So far, to help this issue, countries have adopted the Paris Agreement, which went into effect in November of 2016. All countries that have adopted this agreement have agreed to work to limit global temperature rise. As of April of 2018, 170 parties had ratified the Paris Agreement and 168 parties had communicated their first nationally determined contributions to the UN Framework Convention. And 10 developing countries had successfully completed and submitted their first iteration of their national adaptation plans for responding to climate change. From 1880 to 2012, average global temperatures have increased by 0.85 degrees Celsius. Oceans have warmed and the amount of snow and ice have diminished, and sea levels have risen. In fact, from 1901 to 2010, the sea rose by 19 centimeters due to warming and icing. For this goal, there are 5 targets, but there are 3 that are very important. The first of the 3 is to strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards and natural disasters in all countries. The second is to improve education, awareness raising, and human and institutional capacity on climate change, mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, and early warning. And the last of the 3 that are very important is to implement the commitment undertaken by developing country parties to the UN Framework Convention to a goal of mobilizing jointly $100 billion annually by 2020 from all sources to address the needs of developing countries in context of meaningful mitigation actions and transparency of implementation and fully operationalize the Green Climate Fund through its capabilities as soon as possible.
Like said before, climate change is a global issue that does not respect national borders. It needs a solution that is coordinated at an international level, not just by one single country. Every country has to agree on a solution for climate change stability to occur. This issue has a national impact because depending on the country, their economic or social aspects of the overall country can be affected. For example, the more extreme that the weather gets, the more damage that comes along with the areas that are hit by them. The longer we wait to fix this issue, the more vulnerable the countries can get. Climate change is not an easy issue to fix. It takes everyone in a country to fix this issue. As an individual, I can educate the public about the situation. Many do not know how big of an issue climate change really is. Raising awareness to people in my community can be a start to showing people why we need to fix the climate now instead of later.